So this was the first time I was doing the Van Fleet. All I knew about it was that it was the one of the most rural trails in all of Florida. It goes through a big state park and also a swamp area. So we started out at about 7 in the morning, and the plan was to ride to the very end, which is about 30 miles. And then we were going to turn around and come back. So a 60-mile total trip. I got to tell you, the trail is gorgeous. I mean, it is very, very rural, but I mean, there's nothing around when you get out there. But it is spectacular, and so I'm gonna go back and definitely do it again. But it was pretty cold that morning. We kept going, and the sun was starting to come up and heat everything up, and we were just having a great time, and I couldn't wait to just keep going. So. It was right about here that I started to feel this like little bounce kind of in the back. You know, I just felt a little bouncy. I wasn't quite sure. I was like checking my handlebars and, you know, stopped my bike actually for a second, checked the tire, front tire, and it seemed fine. Kept riding a little bit, and wasn't too much past this, and I realized I had a flat. All right, so doing the Van Fleet today, and got my first flat tire on a well, the most rural rail trail in all of Florida. It's 30 miles long, and I'm 15.6 miles in and got a flat tire. So you can see, yep, I'm in the middle of the Wachuli forest, and starting out my journey back, so still's fun. All right, well, I was wrong. It wasn't 15 miles. So I was heading back, called Allie, and I'm walking up to the next mile marker, and I actually got 16 miles. So I was at like 17 miles. So anyways, so I'm gonna keep walking. There is Ranger that we saw earlier in a truck, but you know, it's Sunday, so chances are good she's kind of thinking about going home. But anyways, for what it's worth, it is gorgeous out here. I mean gorgeous. So I'm doing this one again no matter what. Okay, so now this video has turned into what's it like to break down in the middle, literally, of a national forest on a rail trail. So anyways, here, so it's about, been working through it, so here's the plan. I'm at 16, mile marker 16. I called Allie, she looked it up at mile marker 9, which is 7 short miles away.
when I get there, there's a station and there's a trailhead. So I have AAA, and if you do this cycling, and you have AAA, you can include a bicycle membership with it. It's really, really cheap, and if you break down on a bicycle, they'll come pick you up just like they would in a car and take you wherever you need to go. So right now it went from 16.5 miles to 7 miles. Phone call, wait. So I'll probably call them as I get closer to that one. 133. So, so that's the update. It is beautiful. Nothing behind me. So we're working through this, right? So Allie's at home, so you can see I'm just walking. But here's another tip: if you break down, Allie just she was Googling some information, and as I said before, we're headed to mile marker 9 right now, and but we just realized that if I had kept going the other direction, like instead of turning around and heading back, I could have probably gone up like a couple more miles, hit that trailhead, and then called AAA from there and had them take me back to my car, and it probably would have saved me at least 4 miles of walking. So step 2, don't panic and figure out where the nearest trailhead is. So, but I'm growing, I'm learning, you know, this is new to me. It's new. So, anyway. Okay, I officially lost cell service. Now things are creepy. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, so yeah, nothing. You know what's funny is that that's probably a box full of like bike stuff. There's a box on the front of that, you know, place I'm gonna die. No, I'm just kidding. On that little stand there's that box outside, and I bet anything there's bike materials in there, like, you know, inner tube and stuff like that. But one, I can't change a tire, and I just can't. If you know me well enough, I'm just all thumbs. I can help you with other shit, but come and change a tire, nope. And 2, I can't bump it up, so completely useless. But it still is beautiful out here, though. I lost cell service. I'm on my own, so I'm documenting this in case I'm eating. You know, you never hear me again. Find the camera somewhere. And be like, God, but he taught us a lot of stuff about rail trails. We know now.
So I kept going. I was walking back, and my friend Dave went ahead to see if he could find the ranger. So he was riding along at the same time. I ended up calling the call station, and we couldn't get connection. I did get some cell service eventually. It got minimal bars, but Dave came back, and then we tried to he sat on the back of the bike and held my bike, and then I was riding that, and we did that. We did that for about maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles, and then we saw the truck coming, and the ranger, who's just sweet as could be. Her name is Kira, and she came down and picked me up. When I called her, we were kind of, that it was broken up, and she wasn't able to, understand everything I said. But she basically got in the truck and came and found me. So You know, the cool thing I found out in this whole thing is on the Van Fleet. The Van Fleet is one of the only rail trails in the state of Florida that has a full-time ranger on staff. So she was awesome. I didn't take her picture or anything like that. Just, just out of privacy. But she was an absolute sweetheart. Saved my life, loaded me up, and took me back to my car, and that was it. So that was my adventure, and it was quite a day. It was absolutely beautiful. I'm going back to do the Van Fleet for sure. Thank you, Kira. I'm going to say hi when I'm there, and it was a great time. So that was my adventure at the Van Fleet.